na-eme Igbo na-eyi Igbo na-eme ifere na-eme n'Igbo kekunu me hụ apụtakwụla daalụ nọ afa mbụ Ijeọma Uche ọ bụ na anyị nọghalịa agwaza mụ na ya nọ ka anyị wee nebanye anya ka o si gbatakwuru na akwụkwọ nta akụkọ nkịta daalụ nọ. Okay, una afụgonye mụ na ya nọ n'ụtụtụ a ọ nọ nso Orankwe bụ Executive Director Catch Them Young Community Initiative. Nọ nso ụtụtụ ọma.
Ụtụtụ ọma Aje. Ndị Anambra ụtụtụ ọma nke anyị nọrọ ya n'ụtụtụ a.
Ọ dị mma. Anyị na-anabata gị.
Thank you.
Ka anyị gbapụ ya ọsọ fụ ka o si gbatakwulu mana first of all let's get to our website and look at the stories that are making the rounds there. The first story there says environmental sanitation hose in Anambra Saturday this week. And then Soludo allows Anambra State football team for victory in Nigeria National League. The stakeholders advocate sustained efforts in tackling human rights abuses. Yes, sanitation is coming up this Saturday. Which environment by Christmas.
Very important, very, very important. Ọ ihe m ga-etinye ọnụ na nke our amiable and working governor, Professor Charles Soludo, to relate to our people the importance of cleanliness. Cleanliness is next to godliness. Anything aside this is barbaric, is evil, it is ill health. So my obvious is dabanye na obodozi na end of the last Saturday of the month. I feel because of the Yuletide season. So Saturday and also last Saturday through. So we need to keep our environment clean before Jesus comes. Like I mention Tomomo Christ. Obia oyano ni baifia. Man no ebedi deti. So now I want to applaud our dear governor for putting it up this way. I think it's apt, it's fine. All this line wabon the Anambra. Konyo abona bamba boya mpa pota ga lucha okirikiria. Wachasio agota nine. And at this point, we should stop in a bunye afifia no 1 miri siaga or drama, so that ka benata line afufu na especially ike soya nyani ifachi miri ebe ifachi miri ebe siaga miri zozia oburu ife ndi aje bujere somebody na bia oburu ihe mmadụ ka Libya. So I want to encourage us to be neat.
Talking about neat environment now, so mgbe pelumpe na nata no Christmas nata the village na-eti ka ọnwa as the village square ifuzi ogologo ụzọ afọ ịmanụ it wasn't that then they start driving or walking alụchasị anya everybody very neat ije by na-echu mmili ọ na-emesịkwa those things community efforts to keep their villages clean.
Ihe ndị agha will go abuluji that level of activity at Agachago. Just take for instance my mom, my grandmother, gawe bata azama. Such everywhere. Manai potakita.
The neatness na the striking. I go ncheti and say, what happened to us? Kete ina baze for afifi luchiche benine.
Ilile pucha.
I don't be communal efforts. Imago onye obuna apota kwa
those given a buffer set afọ ndị afọ agachago so ụmụazị kịta nọzi na digital.
Digital bụ na ịmọrọ na ebe ibiga adị ọcha. What are you digitizing?
They call it digital.
If you digitize, maybe
we are the world of digital. Okay, so last week in Jalono, so I had to employ labor to do the work. Ordinarily, I need JKMM, or on a village. Nobody wants to do those things again. Everybody wants to do social media and all of that. Happens they handed them back. That will make our lives, healthier. So please let us be environment friendly and keep our environment clean. Thank you, Mr. Governor, for giving us this start today to watch over our environment. Thank you.
And the next story we'll look at now, stakeholders advocate sustained efforts in tackling human rights abuses. Where are the areas that these rights are being abused? Is in the family, between husband and wife, parents and their children, in the office, the boss and the subordinates, and a whole lot of abuses. Where are the areas that we need to look into to ensure that we live right? Not so.
If you come to that, we have to. All is encompassing, everywhere. Every part of our lives need it. We need to nwere big abi potential na nke a dị iche na amamme ya human rights nwere ọ dị mkpa n'akụkụ niile in the office, in our different homes. Ndị a na-marginalize ụmụ nwaanyị a na-akwa iko n'ike, yori a na-ezu, ndị a na-anara anafa n'ike, I'm so on a whole lot agame. But the problem is who is taking charge, who is in charge. The activists are rare, okay? The activists in human rights field, they are very rare, okay? So, ndị na-alụ ọlụ karịrị ndị ọlụ dị karịrị ndị na-arụ ya. But everybody should, come up, know what is this right we are talking about, because don't be surprised. Ndị amara rights vacantly. In a police intimidation on the road, do you know your rights as a road user? Do you know your rights? This civil defense and road safety, they will come. Happy you don't know your right. Therefore, anything can happen. So most importantly, go do here with this human rights. What are my rights? What am I entitled to? Or entitled for? Going to infringements. Okay. So these are the things we need to do. So we need this human rights in all ramifications. The stakeholders are advocating for that. Is a powerful thing. Is a strong thing. But we need to educate our people. I think we should go for more of a sensitization where we'll be telling people all these rights, so that whenever it occurs to them, they will start and they will speak up and they will move for it. So stakeholders doing it. I think CSOs now should also be part of it in terms of sensitization. These are my rights, these are your rights. The rights of citizen, the rights of lawmaker, the rights of the presidents and all of that. One of these things that distributed
news. Yeah. Now I get radio, now I watch TV, because I follow that story that trended. The young man, no police na their phone here, go through. No,
you don't have the right.
The IGP said you don't have the right to go through my phone again.
That's it.
Open all day news, open all day go paper. So these are some of the things. Okay, I tinye governor when I can the football team. The team Anambra na Victory Farmway line a National League recently.
Exactly.
It does appear we are Anambra is rising.
We are growing. We are growing.
Okay, Dalono. Let us get into the papers now. Kanye malon keneme. Anima no stories in na iru akwụkwọ kaina agopota. MHS Jegolu paper go details. Yeah. The first paper I got for this morning, but the Daily Independent newspaper. To boost electricity supply, federal government plans to restructure transmission. Admits power privatization exercise is disappointing. I'm no no because now if you are about such a make privatization,
And
that way
they
improve
did
our
now,
power supply.
but
They
it's
did
not
it,
working.
but now it's not working. Was it even working when it was not
It was not.
privatized? So can you find get Mexico where
So
work?
I think the restructuring is key. I think
Or restructuring I came ago,
no,
wait, one year transmission
no, the
generation.
restructuring is this. When we are talking about restructuring, we are restructuring the system.
Okay.
What is making these things not to work is not because you want to privatize it. What is the system of the privatization? What system was there in place so that you are moving it from public this thing to private so that it can get better? So what they did was just to carry this seat and put it in the other side of the corner of the room. It's still in the same room, operating with the same system. So they didn't change the seat to have a different system that will make the seat to stand well, so that when you sit on it, it won't be giving you the result the previous one was giving you. I don't know if you're getting it.
I know.
So they brought the seat into the same system that marred the former system. Okay, so there is no improvement. Nothing was happening. Everything stands still. Everything still, remained the way it was. So what I need to do now is, I think restructuring, I will say, is bringing in totally experts that will, from the scratch, change the system that have run over years that couldn't produce results.
Okay.
Okay? If it is Nigerians that are messing the system up, we push them aside and bring experts that will train the Nigerians how these things are done.
Okay.
If Ghana can do it, we can as well do it. So what I'm saying in essence is this: restructuring is the best, but they don't need to apply the system that failed them before.
And that's why I say we'll pray it works. Odimaka Igapaniru, Tinubu unveils ambitious healthcare plans for Nigeria. But another story they want about, say, asked Senate to confirm 19 nominees as MPC commissioners. MPC, I Google the only one I go since 2 years. Okay, universal health coverage. Federal government plans to cut out of-pocket spending of indigent Nigerians. Okay, prominent Nigerians involved in illegal mining funding banditry, Aleke alleges. Okay. Akeredolu starts fresh medical leave, transmits power to Ayedatiwa. My drama as Senate lambast minister over 1 billion naira for Geneva trip. These are the stories making the round from this newspaper, Daily Independent. Let's look at the Daily Sun. Okay, immigration CG exposes expatriate quota fraud. Immigration CG exposes expatriate quota fraud. Flags of campaign to discourage irregular migration. This is the banner headline on Daily Sun newspaper down here. 10 killed in Lagos Ibadan Expressway crash. Very, very unfortunate. Other stories coming from here. Again, Akeredolu goes on medical leave, hands over to deputy. Rivers crisis gets messier. Constituents give defected lawmakers ultimatum to rescind. Government kill 4 soldiers, 2 drivers, abduct 2 Koreans in Bayelsa. United Nigerian Airlines gets red carpet reception at Benin City Airport. Governor Baseke welcomes airlines inaugural flight to Edo. Oh, this is good. A federal government to compel airlines to compensate passengers over delayed flights. KMO. Nigeria will meet 1.7 million naira BDP oil production in 2024 budget. And this is coming from Lupo Biri. Nigeria will meet 1.7 million naira per barrel oil production in 2024 budget. Okay, we are waiting. Lagos gets new police commissioner is the last story coming from that paper. The next paper is the Guardian newspaper. NAFDAC, counterfeit drug markets booms amid staff shortage, poor funding. NAFDAC, counterfeit drugs market, booms amid staff shortage, poor funding. Okay, I got their drive. They should employ people now. People are young graduates are there looking for job, and you are complaining of shortage of staff. Okay, 18 Osun pupils land in hospitals after eating poisoned oatmeal. This is bad. 18 Osun pupils, Omaka Primary School, land in hospitals after eating poisoned oatmeal. This is very, very scary. Okay, federal government backtracks, admits powerful Nigerians behind illegal mining terrorism. Illegal mining and terrorism, please. Okay, Rivers Assembly crisis. Court gives AHS faction go ahead to resume sitting. Army sacks brigade commander over Adamawa Place headquarter invasion. Government to unbundle TCN considers gas pricing and Naira. Okay, let's see this story. Israel-Hamas war, still a long way to two-state solution peace. I thought there was a ceasefire. They resumed hostility. Okay, we'll look at this paper before we start talking again. The Punch newspaper is the next paper. Ondo crisis, deputy takes over as Akeredolu returns to Germany for treatment. Is there a possibility of this man resigning to focus on his health? Do African leaders resign even at the point of death? Ailing governor to transmit later to lawmakers. Tinubu meets Ondo leaders again. Assembly holds closed-door session. Akeredolu promises full recovery before returning. Okay, that's better. Okay, Tinubu begs Nigerian doctors abroad to return. Ewo. Over 5,000 Nigerians killed since May. And then Rivers government killed 4 soldiers, 2 drivers, kidnapped expatriates. States condemned trade ministry over 1 billion Geneva trip. Okay, now so.
Okay, let me start with the Ondo crisis. Deputy takes over from Akeredolu. You know, I long expected this to happen when the first rumor, we had that rumor that the governor died. And then I knew that na working even in Western world, the Kanyima in leadership, in leadership skills, and then when Ojugaro, Iman Ojugogaro, you transmit power. I need your force. You transmit power so that the government will not, will keep running. So Megita is, I think that's the best thing Manuel Weslime, because just like you established, does African leaders resign? You see, they don't resign. They rather want to die on the seat. Now, I'm worried about now. So I think this is a good one, and it will serve as a warning to other leaders. Also, I no a community an organization. You can resign. You are broken, you can resign because of health. Only you feel that you don't have the capacity to continue. You resign honorably. So that is, I think that's good for Mr. Governor of Ondo. And Tinubu begging the doctors, Nigerian doctors abroad to return home. It's not about begging them. It's about having the facility, having the welfare, having the structure in which these people can leverage on and do their work. You can't bring someone who have experienced international international health system, someone with good international health system experience. Go back to Nigeria. One hospital and equipment. Can you each come? you get men on about 1 month, 2 months, and they mama apotasia because you will not have equipment to work on. So what I'm saying in essence is this: the government,
good money for your job, live in a good environment, work with the best of state-of-the-art equipment in the hospital. Touch phone operation.
So there is no, it's not, I think it's not by saying it, it's about putting the necessary health infrastructure, health equipment on ground so that these people will come in.
When everything starts working here, you don't need to beg anybody to come home because there are things they miss. Someone they miss there's one of these guys that just came back yesterday and we were just talking about getting we'll talk on phone or enjoy freedom. That you can't do this in London. The press that this is what they miss staying out of this country. But then there are other things they gain. So when things start working, they will come back.
So, Mr. President, let me convey this message through here that we need to put necessary equipment, necessary facilities on ground before we now begin to ask these doctors to come down. You don't even need to ask them. Put those things in place and see if they will not rush home. Here is far, far better than any other place in the world. But let us make it, everybody comfortable to, live. So put securities, necessary security measures in place. Onye bata ono no oma na chuche ndị abia ndị kidnappers abia bulia. So when a doctor ga na do somewhere ihe organ echerika insecurity onwe ike no na duty abia bulia baf. So let us do the things they need ime so that these people can come back on their own.
Yes, the story from the Guardian is where NAFDAC is complaining that counterfeit drugs market booms amid staff shortage and then poor funding. What is going on? Can they employ people in NAFDAC to ensure that's a proper supervision?
So that is where we are lagging it. Why we pursue what's it called? We leave ihe kwesịrị ime na pursue shadow, and in Nigeria now you have shortage of staff, and this thing may go the operations of NAFDAC not to be not to be moving. Operations are dull. Things are not going as they should. Now the best thing is to advertise for recruitment, get people involved. So far as Nigeria is concerned, NAFDAC is an agency, one of the important agencies we have in the health sector in Nigeria that checkmates drugs production and especially food production in Nigeria. So if you are lacking staff, if you are having shortage of staff, what must have cost it? What logistics do you need to bring in, recruit new staff so that your agency will boom? Now, I'm going to make it unqualified people that can go into the agency and mess up the agency.
It's horrible.
Okay? So now they won't, the next thing you hear now, you stop hearing about it. Go recruitment now. So these things need to stop. And that is the system we are fighting for. We are fighting we need to kill that level of engagement in our leadership skills. So NAFDAC should, at this moment, know Nafani Diva and go for it. Let them have proper advert for it and proper recruitment, qualified people, and not only Gabon or Ebaf. obulu a nuisance, obulu a waste to the agency and Nigeria at large.
Okay, let's look at other stories for want of time, see how far we can go. Daily Trust is our next paper this morning. Concerns over abducted students as airstrike kills bandits leader Kawaje. Where and what is going on? Over 50 other villagers still in captivity. Parents worried, pray for safe return. Late campaign behind 2021 Air Force jet crash. Powerful illegal miners sponsoring banditry and terrorism. The federal government, we're going to come back to this story. Kaduna massacre, villagers sue federal government demand 33 billion naira compensation. Are they still demanding money in naira these days? Okay, this day newspaper, federal government, FG charts new roadmap for power sector may halt dollar-dominated gas transactions. Because the system is dominated. Our financial transaction has been dominated by dollar. Okay, so many riders here, but let's move on. Vanguard newspaper, 2024 budget under threat as oil price drops to 76.353 dollar per barrel. 2024 budget under threat as oil price drops to 76.53 dollar per barrel. I hope the poor masses are not going to take, they're not going to load it on us, that we're going to make up with for the deficit. Okay, oil output falls 7.4% to 1.25 per barrel, and then NUPRC, oil theft still affecting output, NNPC. What else do we have here? Worries. Minister of State oil remains positive. Experts make case for more investment, diversification. That is the story coming from Vanguard. Fresh outbreak of COVID-19 hits Benue in Opanonso. Competent leadership vital for Nigeria's progress. And this is coming from Jonathan Obi and others. We will move health sector through increased funding, coming from Tinubu. Okay, any other story from Vanguard? No. Tribune is our last paper. Okay, I wanted to say Nigerian Tinubu. Okay, Nigerian Tribune is our last paper, and that's his paper, by the way. I see. Okay, powerful Nigerians involved in illegal mining funding, banditry, and terrorism. Resume payment of 35,000 naira wage award immediately. TUC as federal government expresses worry over Nigeria's debt profile. Okay, maybe we need to start with this one. You know, the NLC had their last strike. Had a strike last time, and then most of us are not sure of the outcome of that strike or the agreement reached with the federal government, and now TUC is asking them to resume payments of 35,000 naira wage award immediately. So is this award that is confusing here? Is it something that you just collect and it's all over? Or is it a kind of, I don't know, a continuous thing?
Wages should be a continuous thing for every Nigerian worker. But my point of view is the attitude towards this 35,000 naira wages saga. Why it's so painful that anything that has to do with workers
will be over politicized.
Do you get it? So, but the ones that have to do with the senators, our legislators, and possibly the cause on the lawyer, even whatever. Lawyers and the legislators and our legislators, the lawyers, judiciary, anything that has to do with them, even the executives. I'm not politicized, Yota. They will only take it to the National Assembly. This is our proposal. Those in favor say aye. bah. But when it comes to people who generate this money for the country, people who put in their best to make sure that activities are going on, regulations or whatever are being duly followed in Nigeria, who are these people? The workers. They will begin to politicize it. They want to allow it so that strike activities can be mentioned and, possibly implemented, and cancel again. And, they will cancel it and then revoke it again. At some point, it will become a child's play. This is what they want to see Nigerian workers suffering from. So, to me, I think the TUC and NLC leadership should, take these workers serious. They should take us serious and not to be using Nigerian workers as a tool to their political gains. It shouldn't go that way. It shouldn't be that way. These workers are suffering. What you are paying them, not even that this 35,000 naira is enough. This 35,000 naira cannot get you a full meal on a daily basis. Now, right now, the way our economy is, a family of 5 or 3 cannot, within one day, 35,000 naira is gone. So, and you are trying to give her this 35,000 naira to them, and you look as if heavens wants to fall. It's not enough. When we are talking about, it's not measurable to what they see in the market. This 35,000.
I see.
So what I'm saying in essence is this. I think we have had enough of this 35,000 naira. If they are paying it, let them pay it. If they are not paying it, let them just, lock up and stop placing it on every paper.
No, they should pay it because they cannot be increasing their own salaries and then starving the workers.
I'm talking about over
they are collecting
it.
their own in millions and billions. So why won't they give workers their own?
Last time we had about buying 100 and something million naira vehicle for a legislator.
160 million naira. Let's go ahead and finish.
So what I'm saying in essence is this. The NLC and TUC leadership should, as a matter of urgent, the best way to make this money, leave the account of federal government and hit the account of the workers. Okay. And let's stop politicizing a little thing you want to do for the workers.
For want of time, we missed one paper here. Electricity crisis. That's the Nation newspaper. Electricity crisis. Government to sell off 40% of investment in discos. And then Nikon, LMA Petrochemical shares for sale. And the TCN may be unbundled. Okay, you see the restructuring they're talking about in power supply.
They should really do that because I'm tired of the level of tariff that is even coming out of this.
What makes you feel the tariff will get better after the restructuring?
I feel even if it's not getting better, but let there be steady light. Okay. That people can access.
Okay. Now, powerful Nigerians, we can't miss this story. Powerful Nigerians involved in illegal mining.
And now, what are they doing to mitigate it? They are saying it. They've started what happened during Jonathan's time, where they are pointing at people who are behind Boko Haram, but they cannot catch them. Now, these powerful Nigerians, you know them by their names, you know them by their communities, you know them by their portfolios and whatever. You gave them ministers, you gave them all this while. They are all there. Those illegal mining cannot happen if the what's it called? If the a kind of a government personnel is not involved. So all these people, they work hand in hand, and the federal government, Matafa, and you kept quiet. And so what are you doing?
Organized crime.
Organized crime.
Because now, if
these powerful Nigerians are more Nigerians than Nigerians, if they are more Nigerian than Nigerians, or if they are so powerful that the federal government cannot, go after them, then why are you telling us? So go after them, Mr. President, and catch them. Let them be, let them be exposed. Let Nigerians see who has held them captive for a long time. So it's not enough telling us powerful Nigerians are involved in illegal mining. Bring them out. Stop them.
Okay. What do you think will happen to us now that they are complaining that the 2024 budget is under threat as oil price has dropped to 76 or drop or one or increase? They will don't.
They will not. You see the matter. It will drop and they will get to us. If it increases,
they will or drop. I'm able to lie.
You see, so they are just telling us all these things for us to be empathic. To feel empathy for them. So I don't see the reason why those things should be. Let them find a way to handle it.
Okay, and then just one word for what's going on in Rivers. How do you see that thing turning out?
Well, the governor knows what to do, and you cannot eat your cake and have it. Okay, the River State crisis is something that was triggered by people who are undemocratic, you see. So I feel Wike should just go and have rest and allow that man, Fubara, to, take the lead and give river people what he has for them.
Okay.
But for now, since court has reinstated the speaker, who is in Fubara's faction, I think that will stand, and other activities done by Wike and his cohorts will not. I think it will not thrive henceforth.
All right. Thank you very much, Naso Orakwe, Executive Director, Cash Them Young Community Initiative. Thank you very much for coming this morning.
Thank you very much. Ndiana Bradalon, Onyobana Po, and make our environment clean on Saturday.
Very important. Dalono. Odema I no galia, and you will tell me first, I know no get you and all in no tutua. Afam be your ma. Dalono.